Hello and welcome again to From the Desk of. It's the December 2018 edition. My name is Tim Moody. I'm the Public Information Officer with the Randolph County School System. We're here with our Superintendent, Dr. Stephen Gainey. Each month we come before you and share with you the great things that are going on with our schools, with our teachers, with our students. And Dr. Gainey, we're coming to our community today from Braxton Craven School. Just give you a moment to talk a little bit about this fine school.
Well, Tim, this is an exciting school, and it's a one-grade school. The school system has had Braxton Craven for sixth grade in this attendance zone since 1996, and been a great school for our kids. David Cross is in his second year as the principal here. He's done great work here as the principal. Very excited about where the school's headed. They improved their composite score during the 17-18 school year from 53% to 62%. And they improved their school grade from a 54 to a 67 last year during the 17-18 school year. So just very excited about the work the staff and David Cross is doing together, and the great work the students are doing here. It's just a wonderful, wonderful school, wonderful setting. And you know, I say to people from time to time about this school, I just appreciate this community for making this one grade level school work all these years, because the school system needed this school to be used for sixth grade because of the overcrowding at Archdale Trinity Middle School, and this community stepped up years ago and has made it work. It's been a very positive setting for children for many, many years now.
All right. And of course, this is the Archdale Trinity community, and with a new school on the horizon, a new middle school, Braxton Craven will be one of the schools impacted by the new school. So can you give us an update on that?
Absolutely. Well, when I say thank you to the community, because they've made it work for so long now. And in August 2019, just around the corner from Trinity High School, which is just several hundred yards away from us right now, is Trinity High School. And on the other side of that, there's some land that we've had for a long time that was donated to us at our school, or to our school system, and we're going to build a new middle school. And we're going to break ground in August 2019, and it'll take us about 2 years to build that middle school. And so we're hoping to have it finished in June of 2021 and open it in August of 2021. So when that happens, we will change Archdale Trinity Middle School back to a 6-8 middle school, and the new school near Trinity High School will be grade 6-8 as well. So then Braxton Craven will not be used for sixth grade anymore. So very excited, but I want to go back to what I said, and I want to make sure that this community understands my feelings about this. We should be saying thank you to this community over and over, because they have made this sixth grade school work since 1996, and it's been a very positive situation for kids, very positive setting, and it's because this community and the staff here for all these years has made it work. And so I just want to say a big thank you to them, and it's getting that new school was well deserved, and it's going to be an exciting time as well to see a brand new middle school be built right in this area for the students.
Well, we do these monthly interviews, and Dr. Gainey, it seems like we don't have many that we don't talk about the weather. It seems like that's a subject that we sort of circle back to, and that's in the news again. Last week we had a significant snow event that impacted our school schedule, impacted the calendar. So I know a lot of folks may want to know kind of where are we with the calendar.
Well, Tim, number one, I do not like snow. A lot of people who know me know that. I don't like snow. I don't mind seeing it fall, but I don't like it hanging around into the next days. But we have missed a lot of school this year because of weather, 2 hurricanes, and then missing 4 days last week because of snow. So we've had a very unusual fall semester, or first half of the year, if you want to say it that way, for this school year. We've missed 9 days of school. And our calendar allows us to absorb 5 days without making them up. Our calendar is based on instructional hours per the calendar law. But as of the end of last week, when we missed Thursday of last week, we had missed more than those 5 days absorbing, counting some days we've made up from the hurricane time. So the board took some action the other night on December 17th, and what they decided was January 2nd was now going to be a student day instead of a teacher work day, and that will be used to make up the December 13th day that put us over the limit of the 5 we could absorb. And they also went ahead and said January 23rd, which was a teacher work day, would now become a student day as well. If you look at that weekend, we had a holiday on January 21st, a teacher work day on January 22nd, and then we had a teacher work day on January 23rd, but that 23rd work day is being changed to a student day. So we've added 2 student days in the month of January to address these weather issues, and knowing that we haven't really even hit winter. Right. I don't remember missing, I just don't remember, this is my 6th year here, I do not remember missing days for weather in the first half of the year, but we've missed a good number of days in January and February in the past 5 years, and we're headed into our 6th winter, or I'm headed into my 6th winter here. So I'm, very, concerned about all this has happened, and we've not really hit the winter time yet. Right. But I want to say thank you to our board and thank you to our community. Our board continues to work very hard at these issues. These are very difficult decisions, and so I just want to say thank you to them for their leadership through all this time. And I want to say thank you to our community and to our staff members, because I understand when these decisions are made, it does change people's plans. And thank you to our parents, because their plans are being changed somewhat because of the impact it's having on students. But everybody's working together, and I understand that it's changed a lot of people's schedules. But I just ask everybody to be patient with us, because, losing all this time for 2 hurricanes in the same fall was just unanticipated, and it's probably going to be a rare occurrence. I hope we don't continue to have hurricane issues in future falls, but then to miss 4 days last week for snow before we get out for the holiday break is something we've not experienced since I've been here. So everybody's working hard, and we're not being, we understand we're not being insensitive to people, because we know there was plans that have been made and all this, but we also, we have to make sure we're providing instructional time to these children. That's what our number 1 priority is, teaching and learning, and that's what we're working on. And then we also have the calendar law we have to abide by for the state of North Carolina.
So Dr. Gainey, you touched on the board meeting that we had this past Monday night, the 17th. Several key things happening at that meeting, including the swearing in of some new board members. So I want to give you a chance to update that.
Well, we did swear in 3 new board members, or actually 3 board members. Mr. Brian Biggs was on our board and remained on our board through the election, so he is starting his 2nd 4-year term. Mr. Fred Burgess has been on our board and is starting his 2nd 4-year term. And the 3rd board member is Mr. Todd Cutler, and he has served a 4-year term since I've been here. He was off for 2 years, now he's back on, so he's in his 2nd 4-year term on our board. So excited. All of them are familiar with our school system. All of them have been very good board members for our school system and our community. So it was a big night for our school board to have those 3 sworn in, and to have Mr. Cutler rejoin our board. That's a very exciting time for our school board and for our school system. So that was where the board meeting started, and then we, as mentioned, we got into some other difficult discussions about the weather and makeup time. But it was, the beauty of that is there's some real continuity on our school board with those 3 individuals being sworn in the other night.
And as we do at all of our board meetings, or most of them, we have some awards and recognitions, and we did this past Monday. Ramseur Elementary School was recognized as a nominee for Lighthouse School, something that we do each December. So give you a chance to talk about Ramseur.
Well, Ramseur Elementary School deserves any recognition the school gets. And Tammy Abernathy and her staff deserve any recognition they get. They do a great job at that school. It is truly a educational setting. If you see what goes on in there, from guided reading, small group work, teachers leading instruction, everything goes on in those classrooms that should be going on in schools across this whole country. And just unbelievable the leadership Tammy has provided and the staff has provided at that school. Very proud of hers. She was the principal for several years before I came here, and she's been here. I've been here now 6 years and had a chance to watch her in action with her staff. And people may not realize this, but Ramseur Elementary School has improved its composite by more than 33 points over the last 5 school years. So that's very exciting, and it's exciting to see where the school will go in the future, because it's only going to keep getting better with the work that's done by the staff with the students, the response by the students and the parents on that campus, and the leadership provided by Tammy Abernathy. It's just really exciting to see go in that school and see what's going on every day there. It is truly an educational setting at the highest level.
Well, and every year our school system has a holiday card that is designed by a student. This year the design was by Zane York, a 4th grader at Farmer Elementary School, and we recognized Zane at the board meeting on Monday night as well.
Well, Zane, it was just, what an honor to have your picture be used on the school system's card. That card went out in the mail many different places, 114 other school systems in North Carolina, and just to have your name and your artwork shared throughout the state like that and throughout our community to other people that the card went to. Just very proud of Zane, very proud of all the children who participated in that competition, and every year it's exciting to see the artwork come in, and then there's obviously the decision-making process of who's selected. But if you look at the artwork that comes in of the ones that aren't selected, it's unbelievable what our kids do. It just shows you how talented children are in the public schools in North Carolina. That's what I take away. Like last night, I was at Trinity High School at a band and chorus concert, and I walked out of there thinking, wow, the big message here is look at the talent, the level of talent among these high school students, and it's everywhere in public schools in North Carolina. And then you go back to Zane, at Farmer Elementary School, and his artwork and the level of talent he brought to the table with that competition, as well as all the other participants in the competition. So very proud of him, very proud of Farmer Elementary School, and just appreciate him sharing his artwork with us.
Okay, again, we are on the campus of Braxton Craven School. We have moved from the Media Center to the Career Exploration Center. Dr. Gainey, a moment ago, you talked about this week's board meeting. Want to jump forward to next month's board meeting, and actually prior to the meeting, we have a special meeting with the county commissioners that we do each year. Give you a chance to talk about that.
Well, on January 14th, we have our board meeting that night at 6:30, but the work session that day at 4:30 will be used for a conversation with our county commissioners. I've said this many times, it is probably my favorite day of the year because we bring the commissioners in. We've been doing this since January of 2014, which was my first year here. We sit around in a group of tables arranged in a square, and we have conversation about budget items for the next year. And what happens is we'll present to the commissioners that night or share with the commissioners what are the local budget requests we're going to make for 2019, 2020. There's always a lot of conversation between board members and commissioners, and between commissioners and board members and staff. It's just a great time to continue to build that relationship based on trust and transparency between our board and our commissioners. We do something very similar in the fall with legislators. We didn't start that until my second year, which was the fall of 14, but we've done that every year in November or October before they went back into session. And all this is based on building relationships with elected officials and relationships based on trust and transparency. We share with them what our requests are going to be when we present formally in May to the commissioners. And then what it does is it allows them from January to May, if they have questions, they can call me, they can call staff members. They have questions for why we're asking for, or why we're going to ask for these items, and why. They may have a question of why is the dollar figure what it is. So it just leads to a lot of open discussion. That night's exciting just to see the elected officials between the board members and the commissioners having conversation, and it's very refreshing to me to be able to continue to build that relationship with our commissioners because they've been very good to our school system. They're definitely friends of our school system, and I just appreciate that they come to that event just like the legislators in the fall come. I appreciate both groups of those elected officials participating and letting us talk to them and letting us build that relationship. So it'll be an exciting night, and it's like I say, it's probably my favorite night of the year.
So Dr. Gainey, in our last interview, we talked about some special central services employees who are going to be leaving us and retiring here soon. One of those is our Director of Child Nutrition, Donna Osborne, but we have named a replacement and give you a chance to announce that here.
Well, we have named Donna's replacement. The other night at the board meeting on December 17th, we named Kelly Green to be the next Director of Child Nutrition. I want to stop a minute and just say a big thank you to Donna Osborne because she has done a great job, and that is a very difficult job. And you know, what you see sometimes on the surface out in the public about child nutrition doesn't tell the whole story about what happens behind the scenes with funding and management of budgets. And also we have great personnel throughout the school system in our school cafeterias. I love visiting the cafeterias and seeing the staff and seeing the great work they do, because we in essence operate many restaurants on all these campuses throughout the school system. But Donna's done a great job of leading that department, and Kelly has been under her before my time. But I've seen her for 6 years work below Donna or under Donna and learn from Donna. So I'm very excited about Kelly taking over the department. I know she'll do well. I know there's a lot of things she has to learn, and she would tell you that, because it is different when you go from being the assistant to the leader. But I have full confidence that Kelly will do a great job, and that our child nutrition program will continue to be operate in the manner it has, which has been at a superior level. So big thank you to Donna Osborne. Her last day is the last day of February. And big congratulations to Kelly, and looking forward to a great future with her leading that department.
Okay, we have moved into a classroom here on Braxton Craven's campus. Dr. Gainey, you want to step back in time a little bit to November 29th. There was a very special event at Franklinville Elementary School, a tree planting event that involved the North Carolina Zoo and others. I want to give you a chance. You were there and I was there. Just talk about that event.
Well, the event was a partnership between zoo staff led by Bob Langston. The Arbor Foundation was involved. Perry Connor, the mayor of Franklinville, was involved. The staff at Franklinville Elementary School, and obviously the principal, Debbie Sharon, was very involved as well, as were some honor students from Randolph Community College. And what happened at that event was the students worked with zoo staff. The zoo staff first showed them how to plant the trees, and they planted 23 trees. They divided them up in small groups, and they planted those trees on the playground to provide shade and just to improve the playground and provide, you know, again, one of the big things was shade to the playground. And so it was a very hands-on activity for the students. They had learned about trees, they had learned about planting trees in their 5th grade curriculum, so it was 5th grade students. And just an exciting day to see the kids take stuff from learning and what they learned in the classroom and apply it out on the campus. They'll see those trees for years. After they grow up and become adults, those trees will be there, and they'll be able to see them. They'll always know they had a part on that campus and putting those trees on that campus. So it was very exciting. I want to say thank you to everybody for their involvement in that partnership, because like I say, it took multiple groups to get that project, move it forward and make it a reality.
Well, today is December 19th, the last day before holiday break. It's this Friday, the 21st. Even though it's not the exact midpoint of the year, it is sort of a natural time to think of it being the midpoint. As you look back on the school year to this point, what are some things that stand out, maybe some highlights for you?
Well, always the highlight for me is the kids and the staff we have in this school system. It's just tremendous to see the wonderful children in the 31 schools we have, and so it's an honor to work with the staff that we have in the 31 schools across this school system. I enjoy that. I've enjoyed that every day I've been here since the time I first got here in July 2013 and got a chance to start meeting staff and meeting students. So that has always been the highlight to me. See great things going every day in classrooms throughout the school system. You know, you might say it's been a difficult fall in some ways with the weather, but I just look at it as it's been a challenge. And I just want to say a big thank you to the parents and the staff members and the students, because we've had to be flexible this fall. And everybody stepped up to that challenge, and when we've been able to have school, everybody's come back. And when we haven't been able to have school, we've all worked together and tried to get the message out about why we weren't having school, and the parents have been very supportive, as they always are. So, you know, it's just exciting to, like I say, to have the great group of students we have throughout the school system and the great staff members. And then a group that sometimes people forget is the parents. And you know, I mentioned this, when we do weather, I talk about we want to make sure the students are safe, and we want to make sure the staff's safe. We also need to make sure the parents are safe, because we have a lot of parents who bring kids to school every day, and I don't want them in unsafe conditions either. So big thank you to our parents and the surrounding community, because this is truly a special place. This school system is special, and it's you know, it's just I think there's plenty of room for improvement, but I'm very proud of where we've come and the success we've had over the years, and even the years before my time here. It just shows there's a rich history in this school system, and looking forward to the future and the improvements we can continue to make with great kids, great staff, and great parents.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Gainey. Thank you to Randolph Communications for allowing us to do this each month, and thank you to our community members. It has been a great first half of the school year, and we hope that each and every one of you have a wonderful holiday, and we will see you again in January.